Ladies and gentlemen, hailing from Cleveland, Ohio, I give you BVO.
Oh, we boxing? Yeah, we boxing. I need that belt like it ain't no other option. So we punching and weaving and blocking. Defeat ain't an option. Let them know, shoot a video, put it on BVO.
Ladies and gentlemen, hailing from Cleveland, Ohio, I give you BVO.
Oh, we boxing? Yeah, we boxing. I need that belt like it ain't no other option. So we punching and weaving and blocking. Defeat ain't an option. Let them know, shoot a video, put it on BVO. Let them know, every time I punch, it's a heavy blow. BVO, bound to hit like bricks cause it was set in stone. Let them know, I ain't getting body, but I'ma hit this flow. Yeah, way more than a show, this is BVO.
On behalf of BVO Boxing TV, we would like to thank our sponsor, Raycon. Don't forget to grab your Raycon Everyday Earbuds, the perfect bass model for premium sound, with active noise cancellation to block out distractions and transparency mode to keep you aware of your surroundings. They're ideal for your everyday needs. Just visit RayconGlobal.com. That's RayconGlobal.com and elevate your listening experience.
Your guy B3 Picks here at it again, proud to announce a brand new partnership with BVO Sports TV and B3BoxingPicks.com. Let's go green. At B3BoxingPicks.com, we provide pre-fight boxing picks of the week, but also live boxing betting options so we can make money pre-fight or during the fight betting on the beautiful sport of boxing. Join now, only $10 a week or $25 a month by visiting B3BoxingPicks.com for the membership. Also follow me on all socials at B3BoxingPicks. Follow my YouTube, Not Another Boxing channel, presented by B3 Picks. And shout out to the People's Network, the one and only Sports Talk Network. Let's go green.
Yo, what's up? It's your boy BBO Sports TV. But tonight I'm with my right hand man, my henchman man. So tonight I'm Big Red. What's going on, man? How you feeling?
So I'm good. I'm feeling good right now. I'm chilling. Just got back to the crib. Just chilling right now. What's up with you?
Man, I just came on today, man. Somebody asked me something I never thought about, man.
What's up?
What did Jesus look like?
Mm.
And you know, the thing I always say when it comes to that is that when you read the biblical version, you know that all the pictures you see in churches and museums is all lies, man. But I tell you this, I think the crazy part is that people get so obsessed with looks or how something feels that we miss the point. What you think about that?
Yeah, for sure. Definitely. My interpretation, the way he looks, this is deep. So I don't know if they're ready for this one, but I have my own way. I don't believe everything that I see, but yeah, people are stuck on, looks. So you hit the nail on the head on that one.
Yeah, and I think the reason it hit somebody like me so different is because, let's be honest, the people our age have made it cool or made it a thing to I want to say almost like worship ancestors or whatever the case may be.
Yeah, I know.
When us that grew up with grandma, we don't do that. We never did that. We always only gave all our praises to God. So I mean, I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
It's a tough subject.
I know people like
somebody
that,
gotta talk about it, man.
I know people that they also pray to their ancestors. That's going, it's each his own, bro. Like, it's whatever you want to do. You know what I'm saying? If you want to pray to your ancestors, pray to your ancestors. You want to pray to Jesus, pray to Jesus. You want to pray to God, pray to God. Whatever you want to do, Allah, whatever you want. It's up to you.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
What's
all.
going on? We got a Puerto Rican in the
Boy,
house.
I
Man.
ain't seen him all day.
I thought I smelled some. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, go ahead, cook.
No, I was saying I thought I smelled some adobo seasoning. And here come free.
Crazy.
If you smell some adobo season, that means you hungry.
No, When I get off the elevators, I can smell y'all Puerto Rican niggas. You know
That's
that.
crazy. That's crazy.
Hey, I smell like a daggone nothing but fresh herbs and spices.
Hey, more like tomato sauce and orange pop.
That's crazy.
No, more like amber white.
Mm.
Huh? But what you think about this? It sounds like you in an echo chamber. But what you think?
I'm just now leaving my grandson's 5th birthday party.
Oh wow, that's
Yeah,
beautiful, man.
Happy birthday.
we went to a Monster Golf, and now we just came over here to IHOP to grab something to eat before I gotta head out the house and go to work for a couple of hours.
I thought Granddad was cooking. I thought Granddad was the master chef.
I
Going at
am,
IHOP.
but because it's on a Saturday, I didn't take the day off. I didn't have time to cook anything because they wanted to do the Monster Golf, and so
Yes.
I didn't take the day off.
Now,
Because I thought everything was going to be there,
yeah.
but it wasn't like because I'd never been to Monster Golf before,
What is
so it's the
that
first
free? Is
time.
that I'm about to say? Is that like Top Golf? Is that your version of Top Golf?
No, it's a mini golf course, but
Okay.
it has the monster
It
theme, and
might,
then
it
everything is
might
in
be. I'm not sure.
Okay.
everything is in like black light and all that
Okay.
stuff. So
Okay. Yeah, that's dope. That's dope. I know what you're talking about.
yeah,
Shout out to your young boy.
yeah.
Happy birthday.
But so what you was talking about, BBO? Because I just chopped in when I saw you had went
Oh,
live.
we was talking about this because I've been hearing this a lot, man. What did Jesus look like? I don't know if you've seen it, but Russia just recently released some of their archives, and they showed the Virgin Mary or the Madonna is black, and he showed Jesus is black, and they showed the disciples is black. So I was
Well,
saying, go
I
ahead.
mean, well, if you into Christianity and you follow the Bible and you believe everything that's in the Bible, it tells you that Jesus is black because they said he had skin of bronze,
Wool hair.
hair of wool, and
Hmm.
eye like red like a fiery furnace. So it all if you know what bronze look like, bronze is a African American, and
Brown
then
color.
yeah. So if and then you have to go back to the part of the world where everything started from when in those times being in that area before there were Caucasian people, it's hard for you to be any other race but a black race. And I mean, it goes back like even scientists went back and did it, and they said the first bones they ever discovered was of a African American or African. So you ain't even have to be into the Bible or anything like that. If you into science, they even said it. So
Mhm.
it all refers back to what the Bible said, and the first people that ever touched foot on earth was an African American, I mean, an African or a black person.
Yeah, around Egyptians and stuff. You know what I mean? But
And the reason I bring this up is because, especially in the sport that we love and talk about, it seems like race keeps coming up because I truly believe this. Teal's getting this fight, which is kind of crazy because he gonna make easy work of it. But he got to fight with Jerron Ennis from being racist.
we don't know if
So
that's signed and sealed though, BBO.
when Turkey say yes, it's usually yes.
I don't know if that's what Jerron wants to do though. Is that what Jerron wants to do? I mean,
Well,
that's go ahead, free, because
Jerron,
you ain't been on all day. Go ahead, free.
Jerron, Jerron will do it because right now there's no fight lined up for him to fight a champion because Mario Barrio is about to fight Manny Pacquiao
Which is
and
nasty.
Brian Norman is about to fight Jen Sasaki. So right now Jerron is just sitting around waiting for one of those guys to get free, and then you got to wait roughly about 4 or 5 months before you can actually make the fight happen because once they finish their fight, they're not going to get right back into another fight. They're going to wait 4 or 5 months before they start negotiate another fight. So that means Jerron Ennis will be sitting around for about 7 or 8 months.
So
So being though that Jerron just got finished fighting about a month or two ago, and um, Tio just got finished fighting roughly a couple of weeks ago,
hmm
it makes sense. And he's under Eddie Hearn, and Eddie Hearn works directly with Turkey, so it makes sense. And we know that Bob Erm is he like whatever Tio want to do at this point. As long as I ain't got to kick out no serious change for him, all right, go do what you got to do.
Right.
If you go over there, yeah, I already warned y'all before. You saw what happened to Big Baby. If you want to go over there and keep messing around with Turkey, whatever happens to you, happens to you.
As long as Bob get his what 600, what is it,
Yeah, but
300,000? What is it?
so from the reports, they was talking to Top Rank of making that fight. 9 times out of 10, if Bob Ehrman gonna say, I don't care what you do with T.O. I mean, I'm not paying him no serious money like that anyway. So
Good.
I don't care. If you're gonna pay the money for it, by all means,
Yeah.
go ahead. I'm gonna get my money on the back end anyway.
Yeah.
So
Regardless.
I I'm glad and mad at the same time because I hope that this fight is not on pay-per-view because I want to see Jerron Ennis whoop his ass, but
Yes.
I don't want to see. I mean, I don't want to support Tio.
Yeah,
So
right.
if it's a pay-per-view, I will have to pay for it in order to see it, and I don't want to cheat Jerron Ennis
Right.
by fire sticking it. I don't want to
Yeah.
cheat him because he didn't do anything wrong. He might be doing what everybody want him to do and
Mhm.
beating Tio, whooping Tio something terribly.
Yeah, I mean, shout out to Real Prison Talk with Tommy, but you D Free, I never even thought of it like that. You're 100% right. You got Brian Norman going to Japan, right? And you got Barrios and Pacquiao, which is nasty work, but it's happening. So why not go make some extra money for Boots Ennis? You know, I think Boots Ennis was going. I think Tio's biting off a little more than he can chew. I don't think that he can hurt Jerron Ennis, but I think Jerron Ennis will go and put the 1-2s on him, bro. I really do, and I hope that he does because I want to see that piece of trash get what he deserves. You know what I'm saying? So I hope that's a good thing. I'm glad you said that, Free, because now you kind of opened my mind about about the whole situation now because that's actually a good point. Like, might as well go ahead and beat him up, get some money. You know what I'm saying? And wait to see what happens with Brian Norman and Barrios. But I don't like the Pacquiao Barrios. I don't want to get off the Jerron Ennis thing, but I don't like that Barrio Pacquiao, man. But that's nasty work by this WBC to even sanction that, and whoever they fight, it's just nasty to sanction that fight. Pacquiao was getting his hands put on him by a daggone MMA guy, bro. So I mean, that's nasty. But you're right, Free. Gerard doesn't have a lot of options right now because he wants to fight for the title. So the titles look like they held up. Salute, brother Bentley.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was like, at first I was like, nah, Jerron trying to get undisputed, but then I thought about it. I was like, well, he can't get undisputed right now because these guys are already lined up to fight somebody
Yep.
else. So he's gonna have to wait about 4 or 5 months before he can even negotiate another title fight if these guys do want to get in the ring with him. He's gonna have to wait about 4 or 5 months.
Right. And that doesn't make any sense. He might as well. He'll be out of the ring waiting around for Barrios, Pacquiao. Go ahead, BVL. Oh.
Yeah, he's
He'll be
gonna have
waiting around. You salute Bentley. He'll be waiting around, for Pacquiao Barrios winner and the winner of Brian Norman and the Japanese boy. So Jerron Ennis, he really don't have a choice. But and I know, we talked about this a long time ago. He's like, Jerron got to do this, he got to do that. If he ain't fighting champions, it's this and that. But the way the climate changed, we can't really dog him out for taking a TO fight. You really can't, because what else you want him to do? Who else is it for him to fight at welterweight? Put it in the chat. Who would y'all want to see him fight at welterweight if it's not
but
TFT Lopez?
you know what this do though. You know what this do because now everybody want Jerron Ennis to whoop up on Tio. Everybody forgetting about the fact that Tio's at 140. He coming up to 47.
Right.
They forgetting about he's the smaller guy. They like I
Yeah.
don't care. I want Tio to get whooped. They don't care
You're right.
about he coming up from 140.
Right.
So
I know.
And
I know.
the bad thing though, Free, and I don't support T.O. at all. There's a good chance he might beat the life out of Boots Ennis.
nah, no.
There's a good
I
chance.
mean, even Tio on his best day, he has a slight chance of winning, but to say to beat Jerron Ennis, like literally like he did Josh Taylor, nah, not even close. He might
We didn't
he
think he would
might be
do it to
able to
Josh though, Free. You remember
no,
before that fight?
no.
I know I
But
didn't.
what I
When he
said
fight
about
the
Josh,
monsters, he
what
turning
what
into one. He turned into one. That's
no,
the
but
only
Devin
thing.
Haney has
but
Ryan
but you
Garcia stuff, Bentley.
you
That's why
you
they.
gotta understand. Jerron Booth Ennis is not a Josh Taylor. He's not going to stand right in front of T.O. and try to bogart T.O. He's going to box T.O. And we've seen what Jerron Ennis can do. He's not a Josh Taylor. Even Lomacinco had the ability to box with T.O., but Lomacinco was much smaller than T.O. Jerron Ennis is not smaller than T.O. He has a much longer arm reach, and he's bigger than T.O. T.O. has to get into his wheelhouse. T.O. will be the one to have to come forward because he has a much smaller arm reach. His arm reach is 6 inches shorter. So he would have to literally get on the inside. He would
Free.
have to get on the inside.
Free.
And that would be
Free.
bad.
Remember what you told me. Remember what you told me. I remember everything you say. You said this. You said whenever T.O. fights, the better the competition, the better he fights. That's what you
Yeah,
said.
that's a
No,
fact
You
I
though.
said
said that.
usually. I said usually when T.O. get in there with better competition, he usually fights better.
That's
But
what I
that has
just
nothing
said,
to do.
Free.
No,
I just said
just be
that.
hold on. Just
Go
because
ahead,
he
man.
can, just
Go
because
ahead.
he can fight better doesn't mean that he will win because he fights better. You can fight better and still lose. You can fight better and still lose because the other guy is that much better than you. So I give you an example. When we was talking about Earl Spence getting in there, getting a rematch with Bud Crawford, everybody like, oh, Earl can't beat Bud, and I kept telling y'all, it's not the fact that if he can beat him, he don't want to go down the way he went down. He said he can do a lot better, and I didn't say he can win. He said I can do a lot better. That doesn't mean that you're going to win. Because you do better or you fight better doesn't mean that you're going to win. It just means you're fighting better than you're normally fighting. You still can lose, but you just want better.
I get what you're saying, Free. The only thing I'm saying is you said this, and I had never thought about it. Whenever he fights somebody that's really good, it's almost like that Salvador Sanchez thing. Not calling him Salvador Sanchez, God bless the dead. But it seemed like when T.O. fight really good fighters, and that just always seemed.
We only seen him fight 2 guys that we consider good.
But I think we would say Richard Comey is good. He's not great, but
No,
he's good.
you keep bringing up Richard Comey like Richard Comey is elite or something. Richard Comey is not good. Why
Nah,
do every
I
time we
disagree with that.
Free,
why
y'all
do
ain't
every
no
time we
bum,
talk
Free. Come
about
on, dog.
He's not a bum.
who
He's a C
T.O.
fighter though. He's a C fighter.
He's a average fighter. He is not good. Every time we talk about T.O.'s resume, the first name you name is Richard Comey. Do you really believe Richard Comey was that good?
I
I
thought he
thought he
was
was
solid.
good.
No. I'm asking BVO. Do you really think Richard Comey was that good?
I thought he was a pretty solid fighter. I didn't think he was all that, but I thought he was solid. I'm just being honest. I
Solid
thought
And the way that he ended,
solid
and the
and
way that
hold up.
T.O. ended the fight
Being
was
a
spectacular.
solid fighter and being a good fighter are 2 different things. Because every time I say, man, T.O. hasn't fought anybody. He fought 2 guys. And every time you bring up Richard Comey, like Richard Comey is that dude or something. He's not. He's
you
not.
cold, Free. Hey, you always cold, Free.
I'm
But you
just
know
being
what I
honest.
realized
Richard
about
Comey is
T.O.?
not that dude.
You know what I realized about T.O. though, Free, and you can tell me if I'm wrong. He's more Hector Camacho. Where he has those up and down things like Hector did. I just think I thought he had Floyd talent, but no, maybe he just like the better the guy, the better he is. And this is the part that's crazy. Free, what happens if this dude beats Boots? Because we know he'll beat Brian Norman, but what do you think if he fought
Ooh,
Boots? T.O.
wait, whoa, no.
I'm
I
asking
disagree
Free.
with you.
Free. I
Go
ask
ahead,
your
Free.
question. That's my question. What happens if this racist dude beats if he beats Boots?
Free on mute. But that, I mean, if he beats Boots, like I'm gonna say early on our earlier live, then he catapults himself way up on a pound for. I think you would have to put him on there. I mean, could you think of the amount of ish he gonna talk and how more racist he'll be if he actually went in there and outboxed Jerron Ennis? Man, he gonna
Oh,
be
he gonna come out there and be a grand
bro,
dragon if he beat Boots. Man.
he gonna
That
be
racist,
control, bro.
huh?
I don't think he could. I don't think he could beat Jerron Ennis. Shout out to the underrated, but I don't think he could beat Jerron Ennis. I really don't.
No, I don't think Tio can beat Magnum. I don't
Magnum
think
kind
Tio
of
can.
big
I
though.
don't think
Magnum
Tio can
big
beat.
though.
I'm sorry, not Magnum. I'm sorry. I don't
Oh.
think Tio can beat Karen. I don't think he can beat Karen.
Nah, I think he can beat Karen.
No, I don't. I don't think he can beat Karen.
I think he can beat him. But Karen's going to be a tough welterweight fight, or I
I'll
mean,
put
a
it like
tough
this.
fight for any welterweight.
If I put it this way,
Anybody.
if I put it this way, if they make the fight with Tio versus Kern, I got 50 on Kern.
I ain't mad at you. I'll
Well,
take
I'm
that.
asking you this: how much you got on Boots Ennis?
I got 5 on Boots. I got 5.
$5?
No, 500. I already placed the bet. I'm already going to place my bet. My money's already put to the side. When I heard that they were talking about making that fight and it was close to being signed, I already put 500 to the side.
Mm-hmm.
Let me ask you this though, Free, and this is me, and I'm telling you, I don't support T.O. anyway.
In chat. Go ahead.
I'm gonna ask you this: what happens if he beats Boots? Free? That's the
Oh my
thing.
God.
No, you keep saying that I didn't change nothing I said.
I didn't hear what you said.
If he beat him, he gets all of the credit. Just because I don't like his racist stance doesn't mean I can't give him credit for doing something that I didn't believe he could do.
You is, was that make him a Hall of Famer to be a
Hell
three-time Nickel champion?
No. Because he beat Jerron Boots Ennis does not make him a Hall of Fame. I don't care who he is. It doesn't make you a Hall of Fame because Jerron Boots Ennis is not a Hall of Famer. So Jerron Boots Ennis at this point right now, regardless of how we feel about his skills, at this point right now, Jerron Boots Ennis is just another fighter right now.
Mm-hmm.
So it does not make him a Hall of Famer by beating him. Now, if Jerron Ennis is somebody that we see as a Hall of Famer and he beat him, then you say, oh, you know what? We might have to think about putting T.O. in the Hall of Fame.
I think he was
beat a Hall of Fame fighter.
I think BVO Free was insinuating that because some of the accolades that T.O. has, unified.
No, he's not a Hall of Famer, dog.
And I agree with you, but I'm just saying.
But 3 times lineal, that's only happened 2 other times.
No, it's not. He's not a Hall of Famer. He's not a Hall. No, when
they put anybody in the Hall of Fame.
When they look at the Hall of Fame, though, when they look at guys in the Hall of Fame, they say, "What have you done to the sport? What did you bring to the sport?" T.O. hasn't really brought anything to the sport. You don't hear people out here talking about, I want to see T.O. and this guy. I want to see T.O. and that guy. You don't hear nobody talking about.
You don't. I'm just asking you if he wins a 3rd lineal belt.
Dog, listen what I'm telling you. Listen what I'm telling you. Because you worried about these belts. I keep telling you these belts don't matter. You keep worrying about these belts. The belts don't matter because there's more people talking about who they want to see Ryan with than they talk about T.O. Ryan has never been a champion. Never. They still talk about who they want to see Ryan with.
Brother Tommy says being a 3-division champ makes you a Hall of Famer.
No,
I don't know if he's asking the question. I don't know if he was saying it.
No, being a 3-division champ doesn't make you a Hall of Fame because if it did, then we be talking about daggone AB going into the Hall of Fame.
He's definitely got to be a Hall of Famer.
No, he's not a Hall of Famer.
Adrian Broner?
No, it's a high. I'm gonna tell you right now. There's a high probability he will not make the Hall of Fame
because of the way he is. But if you go by boxing, Arturo Gotti's in the Hall of Fame. He didn't accomplish half what Adrian Broner did.
Because they look at Arturo Gatti as what he brought to the sport.
Yeah, for sure.
Arturo Gatti laid it on the line every time he got in the ring.
Yes, he did.
Every time he got in the ring, it was an action-packed fight. It was something that you wanted to see.
But it's going to be kind of hard for you. It's going to be kind. Go ahead, my bad.
No, but what I'm saying is, when you talk about Hall of Famers, These are guys that you wanted to see fight, no matter who they was fighting. You wanted
Hmm.
to see them fight.
Yes, indeed. I
So
feel like Broner. It's gonna kind of be hard not to put the youngest 4 division champion ever.
it's not gonna
And
be it's not gonna
it's
be
gonna be
hard.
kind of hard not to put him in there if they can put.
No,
I
it's
understand
not
what you're
gonna.
saying about Gaddy, and I agree with you. Gotti laid it out on the line. It
No,
was good fights. He had good
no,
fights.
you going by how you feel. I'm going about how
Yeah,
they
that's
look
true
at
too.
these fights. I'm going about how they look at these
But I
fights.
feel like you
It's
should look at Broner and
no,
give him his just due.
listen what I'm saying.
Shout out Just Do Boxing.
It's not going to be hard to not put him in the Hall of Fame. Before one, all of the out of the ring stuff he done.
Yeah, that's
They
what's
look
gonna
at
kill him.
that hurt his legacy.
Yeah.
And then the fact that he never let his punches go after he got in there with Madonna. He went downhill fast.
But he wanted
went downhill.
Well,
fast.
brother Tommy says name a 3 division champ that wasn't voted in the Hall of Fame. That's a good point too.
I would have to go and look at a bunch of different 3 division champions and see if they made it to the Hall of Fame or not.
let me ask you.
I would have to go look at a bunch of 3 division champions because I know Jermaine Taylor never made it to the Hall of Fame, and I know he was a 2 division champ. I know he was 2 division, and he was undisputed. He never made it to the Hall of Fame.
Who that? Who you say was undisputed?
Corey Spence never made it to the Hall of Fame. He was undisputed as well. He never made it to the Hall of Fame.
But the brother said a 3 division champ. Corey wasn't.
I know what he said. But when you say 3 division champ, you can be a 3 division champ. But one thing that Jermaine Taylor did that those other guys that was 3 division champ didn't do, like Adrian Bona, he was undisputed. Adrian Bona was never undisputed.
That's true. But I'll just go ahead, BBO.
Not to mention Jermaine Taylor beat Bernard Hopkins twice. He beat him for the undisputed, and then he defended against Bernard Hopkins.
And he won a 68-pound belt. But I feel like the outside stuff that Jermaine was doing is going to affect it, like what you just said, and that'll affect Adrian Broner as well.
That's why I'm saying it's not going to be hard for them not to put him in there.
Yeah,
because they did it to a guy.
I retract what I said. Now I can.
It's not going to be hard because they did it to a guy who's the undisputed champion.
Hold on, Free.
BBO.
You choppy, BBO. You choppy, homie. Go out and come back in. I don't know about that, Tommy. I feel like Jermaine won both the fights.
No, they didn't rob Bernard Hopkins.
I feel like Jermaine won both those.
Jermaine Taylor beat Bernard Hopkins both. Matter of fact, I think he beat Bernard Hopkins easier the second fight than he did the first fight. I think the first fight was a lot closer.
Mm-hmm.
I think the second fight.
Because you remember Jermaine got that cut. Jermaine got that cut in his scalp area, and he held it down. But that was some good fights though, man. Shout out to them.
Yeah, they didn't rob Bernard Hopkins.
And brother Hot Rod says belts only matter to a certain extent. Devin Haney retires today. He's not a Hall of Famer. Boots or Tank or Norman retires today. None of them. Basically, none of them are not in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Those belts don't matter like that, dog. They don't matter. That's why I keep.
I don't want to promote that though, man, because I feel like it do matter to somebody like a Richardson Hitchens, a Keyshawn Davis.
No. Listen, what I'm saying. Those belts only matter because those young guys want to become a star, and the way that they can become a star is by being a champion. Their name get out there because
unifying, and
now they start to become a star in the sport of boxing. But once they get to a certain level, we're seeing it now.
Yeah, you're right.
We're seeing it from Devin Haney. We're seeing it from Shakur Stevenson. They don't really care about the belt. They want the bag. That's what they're going to get. They're going to get the bag.
Yeah, and I don't want to push that. I don't want to
promote the title fight, but
they
cared about how big that bag is.
Yeah, I hate that.
Title fight or not?
Because I want them to get the money, but like I grew up in the era and you did too free where the belts matter, man. Who had them daggone belts? That meant everything. You know what I'm saying? Now it's like you can be like Ryan Garcia and
Devin Haney don't have no argument to be a Hall of Famer. The only guy that he beat that you would say that people automatically want to assume is into the Hall of Fame is Loma. That's the only Hall of Famer that he beat.
Okay, well then. People, there is no criteria for the Boxing Hall of Fame, so that's why I'm saying, why not put Devin in? But he's in as far as I'm concerned, Because what's the
No,
criteria until you?
I can't say that he's in because Jermaine Taylor did the same thing.
Yeah, but Devin don't be getting in trouble on the outside of the ring like
But
Jermaine and
actually,
like you
but what
said.
I'm saying,
That Matt,
but
they'll hate on you for that.
but Jermaine Taylor did something that Devin didn't do. He beat a Hall of Famer for undisputed and then defended it against the same Hall of Famer. Devin beat Cambosa to become undisputed. And I'm not knocking Devin for that, but he beat Cambosa to be undisputed. Yeah, he defended it against Loma, but Jermaine Taylor beat Bernard Hopkins to be undisputed and then defended it against Bernard Hopkins. He has more of a claim at Hall of Fame than Devin does.
No, you right, Hot Rod. I ain't disagreeing with that. You know, that's why I say I don't want to push it because of the young bulls like Cremel. You know what I mean? Like Abdullah Mason and Emiliano Vargas. I want them to become unified champions, undisputed if they can. Then you get the most money. So that's why it's kind of like belts matter. It's like 50-50 because like what D Free just said, like a star like Ryan Garcia, he never even fought for a belt. And Ryan get the bag and it's big time. Everybody pull up and watch.
That's why I keep saying I can't say that if T.O. beats Boots, he's a Hall of Famer just because he's a 3-time linear. They don't care about what T.O.'s doing. They care more about Ryan than they care about T.O. And T.O. is a 2-time linear champion.
Yeah.
But more people care about Ryan than T.O.
Let me ask you this, Free. Let me ask you this because I don't know what's going to am I stable? Did y'all hear me? Got a mic check
go
on
ahead. Yeah,
we hear you.
You real clear now. You're real
I
clear.
don't know what was going on. But
That
what I was
Obama
saying was
phone
this.
you got, man. Time to
Nah,
upgrade.
man. I don't know what it is in the suburbs. I got to drive
Man, you got
around.
that iPhone 10, man. You needed this time, BBO. You rich. It's time.
Hey, man. Hold on. This coming from them nigga with a Motorola flip. I know you ain't talking about.
But I ain't been no drop prize in a minute. Like Free said, drop.
You jump off every week, and you got a pair of feelers on your feet.
Nah,
but
that's
back,
crazy.
But back to what we and not the Green Hill feelers, not those, the fake Prada joints. But this is what I tell you. When it came to Adrian Bronner has to go to the Hall of Fame because he became champion again after he lost to McDonough. People forgot he won a belt at 140. I mean, the thing about Adrian Bronner, he showed you that, hey, he wasn't disciplined. But what I'm saying is this. If T.O. is able to beat Blue Tennis, who they say is #1 welterweight, I would disagree. I think it's Brian Norman. You got to give him his credit. That'd be 3 #1 guys and 3 straight divisions. That's some Roy Jones stuff. That put me in the mind of when Roy Jones would give his phone number out on live and tell you to call him if you want to smoke. Or my favorite when he talking about
if T.O. beats Boots.
That's 3 #1 guys in a row.
No, I wouldn't say in a row, but
not in a row, but
guys.
3 #1 guys though. Yeah,
it's not in a row. He didn't fight Loma, then went for George Taylor, then went for Boots. He fought guys in between there. That's not 3 guys in a row.
And he lost in the midst of that. He lost.
Yeah, he lost in between those. So yeah, it's not no 3 in a row. It's 3 #1 guys, but
I say this: we can't get Tank to fight 1 #1 guy.
And I'm not saying Tank a Hall of Fame.
Take it. I'll take it. You said what?
And I'm not saying Tank not a Hall of Famer neither.
Sit back, John.
Oh, okay.
Well,
hey,
I mean, I
with you on that.
I ain't gonna do that. I ain't gonna do that on this platform. Never mind.
I don't know what he said.
He said yes. He'll have him on a resume that would have the lineal, but look at who Boots fought and to get the lineal belt. Like, come on now. Boots is not the man in the division when he hasn't fought Norman or Barrios. Well, that division is wide open, but right now, Boots is the #1 welterweight in the world, whether you like it or not. That's just what it is on paper. We can agree up here and disagree. Shout out. But shout out Dino. But yeah. Boots is the #1 welterweight on paper, bro. If you can say, I ain't saying he's the best fighter because there's people that might think that Brian Norman's the best fighter at 147. There might be people that think Barrios, I don't know. But on paper, it looks like Duran Ennis is the #1 welterweight. You got to go through him.
Yeah, Deron Ennis is the number one guy right now.
Yeah.
Well,
If
what I would say to boxing scholar is, we don't need to hear you, man. We know that you on trial for baby oil and stuff, so worry about you and Puff coming off
Nah,
innocent, man. That's what you do.
yeah, Jerron is number one right now. I mean, Brian Norman, yeah, he's a valid opponent, and Mario Barrio is a valid opponent. But right now, I don't think neither one of them beat Jerron. And I think Brian Norman has a shot to beat him, but I don't think neither one of them beat him.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give you. You know, since we doing hypothetical. Look at this.
Skylar crazy. I ain't gonna read that one.
No, that's D Free got a little background noise.
Oh yeah, that's my.
That video.
What I'll say is this, man. When it comes to this, what happens if T.O. beats Boots, beats Brian Norman, and he beats Barrios? Then what?
Say that again.
No, you asking too many questions, dog. You putting too many ifs in there. You really want to be drawn. He talking about if he beats Boots, if he beats Brian Norman, if he beats Mario Barrio. That's way too many ifs, dog.
I'm just asking. It's a boxing thing, man. That's what we do. It's just boxing talk. So I'm trying to figure it out, man, because
I mean,
if
you're saying all that, what if Ryan beats all those guys? If you want to say that, what if Devin beats all those guys?
Free, you got to echo, Free.
No, that's not me. That's BVO.
Is that me? Is that me?
Yeah, nah, not now.
Oh, that might be me a little bit. Hold on. Y'all hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. I don't hear nothing now.
Oh, okay, cool.
That's a lot of ifs, though, like Scholar said, but it is boxing talk. If he did all of that, then he'd be everybody be saying, well, not everybody, but he'll be feeling like he's number one. You know what I mean?
Yeah, if he did all that, I would say, yeah, you know what, he's a Hall of Famer. If he did all that. But that's thinking way too far in advance. That's like saying, okay, if Philly go undefeated this year and win the Super Bowl, we got to say they're the best team ever. That's too much of an if. You're asking him to do a whole lot of stuff. The season ain't even started. He hasn't even beat beat Jerron yet.
Yeah.
I just don't think Jerron is all that good. I could be wrong. Coach Mighty Ivan told me I'm wrong.
What makes you think what doesn't he do good? What doesn't he what don't you think
he ain't fought nobody, man. And he like 39. He ain't fought nobody.
He ain't no 39.
That's my only thing, man. He's 30 years old and he hasn't fought anybody.
No. The man is what, a year or 2 years older than T.O. And like I said,
Jerron Ennis is 27 years old, people. Let's make that clear.
That's what I said, like a year or a year.
That's 30.
That ain't no 30.
But hold up.
Not in boxing years, it ain't.
No, hold up. It's not his fault that the guys that was in the weight class that he was in didn't want to get in the ring with him. It's not his fault. He wanted to get in the ring with him. They didn't want to get in the ring with him. They bought
him up slow.
Earl was only looking for undisputed. No, because when he got in position to fight him, Earl said you would get your shot. Earl was looking to become undisputed first. And when Bud beat Earl, Bud said it's a high risk, low reward. He's not fighting him. So it's not his fault that these guys wasn't trying to get in the ring with him. So you can only go by who was willing to get in the ring with him. You can't force anybody to get in the ring with him. So if these guys didn't want to get in the ring with him, they didn't want to get in the ring with him. But you can't say, oh, but because he hasn't fought anybody, he's not good. No, you can see how good the guy is. Now, there's a reason why Buzz said it's a high risk, low reward. It's because he's good. If it wasn't a high risk, Bud would have just said, no, that's a lose-lose for me. I mean, I ain't gonna get nothing out of it. But he said it's a high risk, low reward because he knows there's a good chance that Jerron could beat him. That's why he said high risk.
I honestly tell you this. What I seen with that fight with Canelo, I'll be honest with you guys. I'm starting to think a lot of Turkey's fights are fixed. I could be wrong, but they look fixed. I mean, when you watch Turkey, man, it looked like a lot of his fights, the fights that he put on, those guys look nothing like the guys we recognize. I mean, his fights look fixed. I mean, you can say what you want, but when I heard that, and I spoke about this a little bit before, but when I heard William Skull's interview in Spanish, and he was saying how Turkey was telling him, don't, they got big plans for Canelo. They got this, they got that. It was like, why would you tell a fighter that? Like, what are you thinking? You know what I mean?
I mean, when it came to Turk, I mean, we saw that when he told daggone I think it was Shiraz that you down two rounds. We all already had our suspicions of him fixing fights or doing something a little sneaky. We all had that already. We had that suspicion already. It's just starting to be more proof about it.
Hey, shout out to my man. I even see my dude in, man. Shout out to my man, the biggest horse racer himself, one of the angriest Negroes I've ever met in my life. My brother Hot Rod, and definitely shout out my man B3 Picks, man, one of our sponsors, man. How your brothers doing?
Man, we doing good. I just came in. Why are you bashing the black man? I mean, what Turkey ever did to you?
Oh, Turkey's black now?
Oh, you can hear
Nah,
me?
I was just messing around. What's good, Hot Rod, man? Shout out to the guys, man. Salute
The
to the
thing
dog.
I want you guys to know, I'm sorry, I'm gonna make an announcement. B3 is not black. He's an Arab. He just didn't want people to know. But B3 is an Arab. He's not black, so don't get confused. He's an Arab.
Yo,
Hey.
BBO, I don't like how you bringing up how Turk. Well, it's your opinion. I don't agree with you when you say Turk is like fixed fights and he's telling the fighters how much they down. I mean, we seen Floyd Mayweather do this for Tank Davis. I ain't never heard you bring that up.
But
He didn't go. But listen, he didn't go to the judges. Let me say this real quick. He didn't go to the judges and look at the actual scorecard. He said the unofficial, Hot Rod.
Yeah, Floyd said
He went to the doggone scorecard and said the judges got you down by 2.
The difference between Turkey and Floyd is Turkey hired those judges and the referee. Floyd didn't hire none of those guys.
Right.
Floyd didn't do all that. That was in Saudi Arabia. Turkey hired all of those people. So
Hold on, I thought it was Pretty Boy Champions though, Free. I thought if you were Al, you were Floyd.
No, you're not listening. Floyd didn't hire those referees and those judges. He didn't hire them. Turkey hired those judges.
And the referee.
And the referee. He hired them.
Yeah, Turkey paid for everything. That's the one thing.
Scholar said like Plant.
The grandkids right here.
I think that should be outlawed in the sport of boxing.
Yes.
I think the judges should be like third party provided or something like that. For sure.
I get what you said, Hot Rod, but let me ask you this. Other than Bivol versus Beterbiev, when have you seen a Turkey card where guys look like you used to seeing them look?
I thought the Fury Usyk fights were good.
Salute, Smoke. Those fights they were okay.
But
they were
Turkey,
cool,
I get what you said, but Tyson Fury is already half dead because them Deontay Wilder fights took a lot out of him.
I also thought, not to cut you off, I also thought Dubois has done some good stuff to get where he is today.
Oh yeah. I agree with that. Dubois
has been doing good work.
He's been fighting his ass off, man. I usually don't say that, but as Floyd would say, hell of a job.
And I just agree with like Tim Bradley when he said these fighters not hungry. Like you like we can't have it both ways as a fan when they need to get paid, but when they get paid they underperform. Like we can't have it both ways. We either gotta be in the middle or we just gotta be in the middle. We can't have it both ways.
Yeah, you can't have it both ways.
I get exactly what you're saying, but what I'm saying as a fan who supports the sport, we can say it looks crazy though. That's what we can say, Hot Rod. It looks crazy. Where you got William Skull being told to not throw too many punches. Like what the F is that? What's that song? What the hell? Like what is he talking about? You know what I mean? Come on, bro. You don't tell nobody how many punches to throw. What are you doing?
Yeah,
and then on top of that, you got I mean, listen to and I've been working on my Spanish, so hopefully at some point we could be speaking Spanish fully on the channel at times. So BVO is in the lab working to get my Spanish together. But if I'm looking at Turkey, man, I think he's good for the sport. But I don't know. These fighters are just not. Maybe it might be the money. I don't know. These fighters ain't looking good to me.
Leave it to a guy like BVO to completely separate from blacks. He's trying to integrate himself into the Hispanic culture. He don't even want to speak English on the show.
That's
Terrible.
crazy.
I mean, BVO, look at back in the day. Look at the Marvin Haglers, the Alis, the big names in boxing, the Sugar Ray Robinsons. They didn't let money affect them, and they got paid big money in that time frame of when they was fighting. They got paid big money. They didn't let that affect them. I think it's the fighters.
You know it's funny. It's funny you say that because Ali used to say all the time, I got to make 14 million so I can take 8 million home.
No, I mean the thing is, a lot of these
That's what it's
referees
all.
be crooked. A lot of these judges be crooked. We done seen it a number of times in the sport of boxing. We didn't had a referee come out and literally said that he cheated for Manny Pacquiao a while back. We had judges that got caught cheating for another fighter. So it's not something that's unusual that you say, oh, why would you say that? That's something that's unheard of. No, it's not something that's unheard of. This is stuff that's been going on for years. It always happens, and it's probably never going to stop.
Yo, OG Free, the most two corrupt sports ever: horse racing, boxing. It still goes on to this day. The most corrupt sports ever, man.
I would say football is the most corrupt sport ever. I would say football. And I'm gonna tell you why. A friend of mine had a heart condition.
I want to hear this, man.
So a friend of mine had a heart condition, right? My friend of mine had a heart condition. Nobody knew it. So he fires his agent because the agent was being savage. And guess what? All of a sudden, everybody at the combine knew he had this heart issue. So I don't want to hear about corrupt, man, because these guys, if you fire them in the NFL, they're going to, whatever you told them is going to come out. I'm telling you. So you can whether it was knee injury, I've seen it. Guys are high medical workers for guys just so they can get in the league and because they got the right agent. You see how Shiloh Sanders got with what's that dude? I just lost his name. He used to manage T.O. He used to manage Chad Johnson. I cannot think of his name. If I hear his name, I know it right away. But he got a powerful agent. He get a 3-year guaranteed deal with the Tampa Bay Bucks. So you can't tell me football ain't the most corrupt sport there is because these agents and these friendships with these GMs, man, they control everything. Ain't even about what you can do on the field. It's about what they know and who they know.
I don't think football is the most corrupt. I think football is corrupt, but I don't think it's the most corrupt.
I just told you nobody put a man on injury, and they
I
brought
understand what you're saying, BBO. I understand what you're saying, but I still don't think that they the most corrupt. I think all sports is corrupt to a certain extent. I think all of them are corrupt. But I think, me personally, I think boxing is the most corrupt because boxing is the only one that doesn't have a governor head, and it's pretty much a free fall. All you got to do is pay a little bit of extra money. You can move your man higher up on the ranking system. You pay a little bit of extra money, you can get a referee to overlook a call here and there.
Shut up, then I can hear.
Yeah, you can do a judge, and he'll come up with a crazy scorecard like Canelo Floyd. Boxing is the wild, wild west, bro, and there's nothing you can do about it. There's nothing that will ever be done about it.
100% is the wild, wild west. I was even able to integrate into the sport of boxing.
I don't know if y'all niggas are deaf. I don't know if y'all niggas are deaf. I just told y'all my homeboy had a heart condition. Nobody knew it. He fired the agent. Next thing you know, all the teams know he got this heart issue. He ended up going undrafted. He could have won the 3rd or 4th round. What are y'all talking about?
That doesn't mean that the sport is the most corrupt because of that one situation. That doesn't mean that it's the most corrupt. You name one situation, and all of a sudden it's the most corrupt.
Uncle Will was playing. Y'all gotta look him up. No. William White, who played with Ohio State.
No, what I'm saying is you name one situation, BBO. You name one situation. like I said, I believe all of them are corrupt. I just don't believe that football is the most corrupt. I believe
Nobody's
all
over
of them are.
boxing.
Free.
Nothing's over
They are high
boxing.
No, that's
X-ray.
not
They
the
are high
case.
X-rays. Free. I see them niggas do it. They're
BBO,
high
okay,
X-rays.
BBO, you don't have
It
to try to
is.
convince me. I just don't believe that football is the most corrupt.
It's
That if
bad.
that's what you believe, that's what you believe.
I'm
You ain't
telling
gotta try
you.
to convince me.
When I went,
Hey,
when I went to the combine, right? Okay, I went to the combine. I'll give you an example. I went to the combine. I knew my hip was blew out, right? So somehow the doctor
pause.
there seen my hip was blew out, right? And he say, "Oh, I'm not gonna say nothing." I walk out the room. I go back, talk to my other guy there. Oh, we see the inflammation in his hip. What's going on? Why is that how the flexibility we looking for in it? I'm like, God damn, you just said you wouldn't go say nothing. So I don't know. I'm just going off what I see with my experience.
No,
So forgive me, man.
that would tell me that it's not corrupt by them going back saying something. Now, if they didn't say something, I would say that's corrupt. But they went back and said something. They were like, "Hold up, this guy's not healthy." That's not saying that it's not. That
We all
it's corrupt.
when you by the time you get to the by the time you get to play for the pros, you done play football. I don't know about now, but you done play from 6 to 22 or 23 in some cases.
Now
You go
I gotta say something, BVO, because
ahead.
I definitely understand your point. Football is hella. The NFL specifically is very corrupt, but you can't. You need to try to convince Charlie Suarez, a 36-year-old who committed himself to the sport of boxing, but he just got robbed in broad daylight on ESPN. On ESPN, the worldwide leader of sports, they robbed Charlie Suarez. So, I mean, I think boxing is winning on that, on the most corrupt, unfortunately.
I guess you know what? I'll be honest.
NFL, they are pretty bad
What
though.
I've seen, but I respect what y'all saying. But I'm talking about these doctors, man. Those niggas will tell you that they got your back, and they don't.
No,
They release your medical records.
That's the
that's
same
not
thing as a
corrupt though.
promoter. A promoter have your back, and the next thing you know, as soon as you
But
lose, you
BBO,
cook.
BBO,
Yeah.
that's not being corrupt. That's them saying, "Hold up, dog. I mean, I don't think y'all wanna put y'all trust in this dude. He got some injury history." That's what they supposed to do. That's the reason why they have those doctors check y'all out to see if there is any injury history with you or if anything is going on with. They doing the right job. You saying that it's
Free.
corrupt because they
You
telling
heard
your business they supposed to.
from niggas know you heard from the gate. When you go from college and you go to like they got like a little portal where you go to like either you go to the big combine or they got what they call regional combine. They know you heard. They know you heard. So what I'm saying is, give you an example. People don't know this, but Patrick Mahomes has a heart murmur, right? Somebody hid that till he got drafted. So he get drafted number 10. Fortunately, glory be to God, he don't have no issues from it. But I'm telling you, if that was a lesser talented player, niggas be going drafted for stuff like that. That's all I'm saying. All I'm saying is them doctors, one, they do a lot of lying to the kids, saying, "I got your back, I love you, I'm gonna take care of you." But they go right to the team and tell you stuff. If you don't think that's cool, that's crazy, man. That's crazy, man.
Yeah, that's
A
nasty, but it's
nigga,
part of it.
I got your back.
You're
I
chopping up.
get what you're saying, BBO. But for them to do
And you've been
what they
shooting me up with
supposed.
cortisone. Hold on, you've been shooting me up with cortisone for 7 weeks. You know you've been shooting. It's been times I've seen guys get so much cortisone they lose the color in their leg, or wherever that cortisone shot is being put, they start to lose the color. And I'm telling you, they don't tell them niggas to stop playing. But the first thing they do when we get to trying to get some money out the ecosystem, because college football is one of them things with not now because NIL, but it takes so long to make $1 off football.
No,
And they don't even say to protect you. You know what cortisone is, Free? But niggas
yes,
lost color in
I know
they.
what cortisone is. I know what cortisone is. I play football. I know what it is.
Just imagine getting shot up 7 weeks, bro, with that. And then you go to the doggone combine when you finally can make some money. They bring up how you been hurt. What? I thought you wasn't gonna say nothing. It's enough to put hands on them doctors, bro. I'm just keeping it real. even
No,
like
but
some of
that's what
the
that's what the
piss me off,
doctors are
man.
hired
Yeah,
for,
they
though.
hired by the
That's
team. They're
that's
not
what they're
hired by
hired
the
for.
players. Yeah, that's a
They
fact.
they hired by the team to look at all of your medical history to find out if there's anything wrong with you before they and draft you. That's what
Before
they're
they pay
hired to
you.
do.
Freaking why
Yeah.
lie in my face and tell me you got my back and
I
you
mean,
don't?
you could call
That's
the
what
doctor
I
a
see you.
liar, but to say that the NFL is corrupt because of that, nah. Now, if you say something else, then yeah, you might have an argument, but that's not showing me that they're corrupt. That's just showing me that the doctors are liars to the players. That's all that's showing me. They liars to the players, but they're not doing anything wrong outside of lying to you. They doing what they was hired to do to find out if there's anything wrong with you before you get drafted. And they go back and say, you know what? Hey, you might not want to deal with this one because he got this going on over here or this
That
going on
shit
over
is
there.
so free.
That's what they hired to
If
do.
if I told you, free, hey, this guy is a 4-star recruit coming out of high school, 3 times all MAC, but he has no flexibility in his left hip, none. Are you going? And I say, and you tell me, I say, man, keep that quiet. Don't put that on the report. And you say, I won't. I
No,
mean,
I'm saying now, if
all
if
stuff.
if if a person hid that, then I would say they being dishonest to the teams that they supposed to be working for. I would say they being dishonest. But I'm not saying that the doctor is wrong for going back doing his job. His job is to find out if there's anything wrong with you. That's his job. That's what he's hired to do. If there's anything wrong with you, how bad is it? Is it something that we can deal with and is not something that's lingering on, or is it something that we might have to worry about long term? That's what they're hired for. That's
Hey,
all I'm
I
saying.
get what you're saying, free, but I'm just saying we put like pounds of flesh on the line, and I've seen them dudes tell you they love you, they care about you, and they run to the team like hoes as soon as something's wrong. I'm just telling you what I seen, man. Y'all can disagree with me on that, but I apologize. I just railroaded the whole conversation with that because that stuff
No,
pissed me off, man. Like
yeah,
You
I'm
but
wild
telling
no.
boy.
I mean, like I said, I just think. I mean, it's hard to say boxing is not the most corrupt. At one time, it was boxing and Major League Baseball at one time,
Yeah.
but now Major League Baseball
it's
somewhat
clean.
clean
Yeah.
up their act, not 100% clean up their act. They still have their issues, but they somewhat clean up their act. But
Yeah.
boxing, dog, it's a free fall with boxing.
Wild, wild west. They
Nah,
got
that's a
janky
fact.
Rob,
And
promoters,
BBO, we
fake
hit a
I've
judges,
seen
dirty
niggas lose quarter
referees.
leg from that cortisone, bro.
wow.
Boxing don't have no union. That's why.
Yeah. They
But
don't
let me
got no
ask you this.
shield,
Let
no
me,
govern, nothing.
let me ask you this, out, Rob. How come when you finally get your players in your money, right? How come they don't tell you that that's going to be taxed at a 50%? I I get what y'all saying, man. Y'all got to forgive BBO, but NFL niggas is foul, man. They foul niggas, man.
But
Kid,
but is
you
it
guys,
is it
you
is it
guys put it all on for these programs. Let's just like my dude from LSU. This dude had a brain tumor. That punk Brian Kelly came and called this nigga. Stop, man. I get what y'all saying, man. I almost want to cuss. F them football coaches in college, man. Y'all all crooks and liars, man. Y'all can all burn in hell, man.
That's why
I'm
I'm
telling
glad to see the
you,
young boys get
Shout
paid
out
so
to
now.
many
Silas.
guys, I've seen so many guys never be the same from playing football and don't nobody give a F about them or their families. So forgive me just the big dumb jock saying what's the truth. I get what y'all
Nah,
saying.
BBO, we understand we understand you perfectly, and shout out to Boxing Scholar. He's right. We understand that you miss having a white boy hands on your ass.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying. So
yeah, boy.
we just gonna keep praying for you, man, just to make sure
That's
you get
crazy.
past this little period you're going through.
That's
Hey, man.
crazy.
but
For
but
one, you're
BBO
homosexual.
is it the
And so
is
and
it the
so and
Wow,
so
players
is Scholar. Scholar, you're homosexual. I want you to
wow,
know that.
is
wow.
it
But
the
go
is
ahead,
it
go
the
ahead,
players
We don't
go
condone
ahead.
that. We
is it
just
the
joking.
players due diligence to read the contract or have their lawyers read the contract so they know what's going on?
Right. That's for athlete. Period.
Yeah,
You need to have your
that's
lawyers
the
read
Let
it
me
problem.
say
over
this real quick,
regardless.
Hot Rod. Let me say this, Hot Rod, and you, my brother. I don't give a fuck about no contract, nigga. I'm trying to get out the hood.
Yeah.
Real. I'm keeping it real.
That's
I
the
don't give
reason.
a fuck about the contract. I don't
That's
give
the
a fuck
reason
about
why.
the. I'm trying to get out the hood, bro. That's what I'm
But see,
doing.
but
Whatever you
see,
tell
that's
me
the.
to sign, I'm going to sign. That's the
But see,
thing that niggas want to
that
keep it real.
see, but that's the reason why you had people like New Edition first album. They only got a scooter for their first album because they didn't read the daggone contract. You gotta read the contract. I understand you want to get out the hood, but it's nothing. There's no more than a couple of minutes. You read the contract or have your lawyer read over the contract so you make sure you on the up and up. But if you don't, because you're so thirsty to get out of the hood, you can't turn around and cry later because you didn't take the time to let somebody read over the contract. That's part of doing your own due diligence. Let somebody read over the contract. If you don't know how to read it, let somebody read over it who does know how to read it so you can be straight. If you don't, you can't cry later.
Man,
That's
I
just
get
that's
like
a
when
hundred
you
percent
that's like
right,
when
you
Free.
second free.
when you
I
buy
get
the
you
daggone
second free.
you buy
And
the
Hot
Jordan,
Rod,
you
excuse my
sitting up.
passion on that. That wasn't
That's
directed towards you. It's just that
no
I
no
remember how
I
them,
ain't
them coaches lie to you, man. They tell you that they care about you. They want to see you do well. And you're right, Free. You do got to read the contract. I
you got
can't
to because
disagree.
they're gonna pull a fast one over you if you let them. It's all
Hmm.
about if you letting them to do it or not. Because
But what I'm
if
saying
you
is you 15, 16 years old making adult decisions. And I'm being honest, they got laws where you can't make deals with little kids for a reason.
yeah,
That's
of
all
course.
I'm saying.
Of course, because if you can get over, 9 times out of 10, a person if they can get over, they're going to get over. You have the
Salute, Jab
very
Queen.
few, you have the very few that will actually be honest and say and look out for your well being. But for the vast majority, if they can get over, they will get over.
Hmm. Period.
I seen a good friend of mine, Free. This dude had a heart attack, right? Um, we was playing and I want to say it was in LA. It was like they used to have like AU football, so we would go in the summertime. We would go play for this AU team in California. And you know the thing that was crazy when he had a heart attack, all they did was give his family $20,000, bro. He never played football again. This was the best football player I ever seen. And I'm just telling you, man, just from growing up, and I grew up with some stars like I don't know if you guys know who Chris Wells was. Chris Wells went to Garfield. I played against another guy people y'all might not know familiar with him. Kareem Hunt. We played against Kareem Hunt.
Hmm.
Um,
The running
we
back.
got the we got the
Man, I know who you talking about.
we got the well, you got to remember some of the audience don't. Some of the audience don't. Mitchell Trubisky, Money Making Mitch, when he was at Medina High School, we played against him. He was like Michael Vick. He was like Michael Vick when we was in high school. Um,
Mitch
so what I'm
sorry
saying is,
ass. Damn.
you got to remember he went number 2 in the draft, bro.
I know he went to North Carolina.
Yeah, he when he played, he got the city league record for 58 touchdowns in high school. He was Mr. Ohio 3 years in a row. So I don't know. I don't know about him being sorry, bro. He was the dog in high school. But I'm saying all that to say this: for every Jason Kelsey or Travis Kelsey or Brian Hoyer that come from like my area, there's like 20, 30 dudes who really got screwed because of injuries. And it's what Free just said, not understanding the contract and not even just reading, but understanding what you're reading. Because I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm one of the rare dudes who went to school. A lot of dudes don't be going to school that's good. They don't be in no classroom. I'm just keeping it a
Uh,
buck. It's
that's
I've
that's a
seen
fact.
I, I've seen dudes, and this is probably me stitching. I've seen dudes have somebody come take their SAT for them.
Nigga, what? That's my fault, my fault. But that's regular.
So what I'm saying, Free, is I get what you said, but I'm saying a lot of top athletes when they knew I was a top athlete in third grade, right? I don't know how he knew that in third grade. He said, "You know what, son, you might play in the NFL." What I'm saying is this: if they can recognize stuff that young, the moment they recognize that you can do anything, you never hear no, and you never hear the truth. So I can't speak to anybody else, but you don't really hear the truth about what you're doing or how important it is to learn. But what changed me is somehow I read a book called Message to the Black Man. I'm not gonna get into that, but that's what let me know. Oh, you got to read this stuff. You got to understand what's going on, because you're not always gonna be able to play football. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I mean when I say what I mean, free. So, guys, excuse my passion on that. I had no business cussing, but that stuff pisses me off because I'm telling you, dudes be just trying to get out the hood, man. It be. I can't speak of nowhere else but West Cleveland. It was hell, man. It was hell. Catching the bus is cold. All the Puerto Rican niggas you got to deal with coming through the Cascade to get on the train. Then on top of that, you going to a white school when you young. It's like everybody hates Chris till you start growing. You know, you're getting chased to the bus because it's you 10 years old, and it's 30 kids chasing you. Like, that stuff is real, man. So it's like by the time you get a chance to make some money, they always playing games. That's what I'm saying, free. So excuse my passion on that subject, but that's the part that really makes me upset, is that there's so many games in football. Maybe because I played, but you're probably right. Boxing probably is way more corrupt, because we did see a guy
Because
get
it's
robbed.
too much. It's too many moving parts in boxing, BBO. You got dirty judges, dirty promoters, dirty fighters. You know, it's like you got stuff rigged, like you said. You
Yeah.
got turkey. You got people coming all over the place with their hands in the cookie jar with boxing. You feel me? So that's why. And boxing has no governing shield like NFL. It's only so far they can go. Yeah, they probably do rig the league and all that stuff. But I feel like boxing is just so much more open and so much more loose than football. You know what I'm saying? Football is gonna be, they do you dirty with stuff that what you just said. Well, us fans, even as hardcore fans that never played, we don't know I never thought about no stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? I never knew about none of them, some of that stuff that go on in them camps. You know what I mean? Because we just watched the draft. You know, we look at a couple highlights.
It's
Most
a
of the
meat
people,
market. It's a meat market.
yeah, and it
You know
is.
the thing that they don't tell you. The thing they don't tell you is and I don't want to ever disrespect people who went through slavery, but it's very auction block like, because you go in
Yeah.
there, you literally take a shower, no joke. You get on. They give you a certain pair of boxers, and you go in there and they measure you like you're an animal. They just do. They just do.
Yeah.
They check your tongue. They check under your tongue. They check your ear. They check your teeth. You know, I remember before I got my teeth fixed. You know what the doctor told me, free? He said,
What's that?
"Son, take some of that money and get your." He said, "Take some of that money and get your mouth together, boy."
I'd have roast his ass.
It was so unexpected, bro. I'm usually quick, but I couldn't believe he said that. He said, "Man, when you get some money, man, take care of that mouth." So that's what I mean. I say, like, they check you like you're a horse. They do.
Yeah.
You know, they do. You got to cough. All that stuff is real, man. unless you like, what was the guy? The number one pick, Cam. What was his name? Cam Ward.
Yeah.
Unless you know you a top dude, man, everybody else is going through the meat grinder, bro. They want you to run away. You never ran. They make you run. They make you try to run away. You've never ran in your life. We ain't no track stars, man. I'm in my 3-point stand. You know what I mean? I'm not about to try to play like I'm no track star. But I'm off of that. My bad. I'm hijacking the whole conversation of talking about football. That's why I don't like
Queen
football
wanted
no
to know
more,
what
man.
she walked in on.
Yeah, that's why I don't like football no more, man.
But yeah, going back to what we originally talked about. Like I said, I'm kind of torn, because I want to see Jerron Boots and his the stuffing out of T.O. But like I said, I don't want to support T.O. I hope it's on regular DAZN and not
DAZN,
pay-per-view.
probably be on DAZN free.
I won't be covering it.
I can't wait, boy.
I won't be covering that fight.
I understand that, but we still got stuff channel to run, so we gotta watch the fight, see what happens. I just want to. The only reason I want to cover it because I want to see him get destroyed. That's why.
I mean, I don't want to see T.O. standing over Boots in his lifeless body.
That's not going to happen. That's not going to happen.
I just don't want to see it, man. What Adrian say? You can win.
That's crazy.
That's all I'm saying.
You don't think Boots can win?
I got T.O.
No, he
decision,
can't win,
baby.
bro.
You say he can't
No,
win. That's crazy. All right.
no.
That's your opinion, but it's crazy. But nevertheless,
Only reason I'm saying that is this: if what about Boots? Who did Boots fight that's even remotely as good as T.O.?
No, so if you think that Boots can't win, then that means you should put 500 on T.O. because he's going to be the underdog.
mm-hmm.
So you should put 500 on
Well,
T.O.
you know what? The only reason I ain't putting no money on the free,
that,
I really shouldn't be talking about T.O. now. Forget that coward. He not getting.
No,
I'm not
it don't matter.
supporting it.
I mean, the best way to get back at somebody that did you wrong is by making money off of him. Now he works for you. You don't work for him. He works for you. So if you think that T.O. is going to win and he and Boots don't have a chance of winning, then put some money on T.O. because he's going to be the underdog and he might be a heavily underdog.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I I think no matter how it go, man, I think that's crazy that this dude really turned racist to get the fight that he wanted. That's crazy. That's crazy. I'm looking at Turkey a little sideways, bro, because it seemed like he liked to pay racists too. Ain't that wild? What he gave Ryan $20 million? I don't know.
Mm-hmm. Something crazy.
But I'm gonna tell you guys something new that people probably ain't thinking. I think Rolly might be top 5 at 147. What would you guys say to that?
Absolutely not.
Yeah, I don't think
Shout out to
he's top
TD
5.
Sports on the 5-piece, man. Salute to TD Sports. Appreciate you, brother.
I would say absolutely not.
Yeah.
He is not top 5. Now he's going to be in the top 10. He's going to be in the top 10, but I would say absolutely not that he's top 5. I can think of 5 guys that's better than him.
Give me 5.
Devin, Brian, daggone Devin, Brian, what's the guy name? Norman, Ennis, and Mario.
You said Brian twice.
Yeah, you said B. Norman twice.
Because there's 2 Brians. There's Brian. Ain't the dude that Jerron just beat name is Brian? What is it? Damn, I'm forgetting his name right now.
No, you talking about Stanley Illness.
I thought his name is not Brian Stanley.
Stanley Illness, free.
But that's what I'm thinking about. I'm thinking about Stanley Illness. I'm thinking about Brian Norman. I'm thinking about Mario Barrio. Thinking about Jerron Ennis, and I'm thinking about Devin. Those 5 guys right there.
Okay.
Yo, the division's so weak. Manny Pacquiao looked at it and said, "I can come back at 70 and win me a title."
That's nasty work, Scholar. That they letting that fight happen.
On the heavy bag, y'all see him on the heavy bag. He looked garbage.
Man, he looked garbage. Manny Pacquiao looked garbage in his last fight against Ugas, bro.
Nah, forget Ugas. What about the damn UFC guy, the MMA guy that was whooping him in that exhibition?
Oh yeah, but he was bigger, so I gave him a pass because he was bigger and taller.
He was
Manny
way
Pacquiao
bigger.
was
I don't give a dang about none of that, man. Manny Pacquiao's supposed to stretch that guy.
Nah, that's pretty hard to do, Prize, to come off the couch, fight a dude who been active in the gym and he taller and bigger than you. I ain't hold that
That
against
guy
him.
had no boxing skill. He had a little bit of skill. He was hitting Pacquiao, so
I think he was a
He was
kickboxer.
beating the Asian coins out of him, bro. What was you watching?
Do y'all realize?
Yeah, that's what I said. He was putting hands on him.
Manny Pacquiao has not fought in almost 4 years, and he's about to fight Mario Barrio
for the World Boxing Council title.
I hope he wins.
They got him fighting for his title, and he hasn't fought in almost 4 years.
Yo, D, stay right there, D. Stay right there.
There you go.
Look,
I corrupted it.
BVO think he's slick. BVO think he's slick. He didn't let me on the panel because he seen Prize and D were making some good points. He talked about the corruption in the sport. We in the sport, bro, where Manny Pacquiao has been on the couch, a senator for 4 years, and he finna get a title shot, bro. Muhammad Ali had Parkinson's, couldn't even touch his nose. They threw him in the ring. Virgil was about to fight this dude. I don't even remember dude's name, bro. But you remember Tony Weeks stopped the fight in the first round because the dude had a brain aneurysm a week before the fight. And BVO here talking about some bad hips. BVO, if you don't stop this, bro, boxing hands down is the most corrupt sport, bro.
Yeah.
I should say the doctors, man.
He is mad about them doctors, boy. BVO, I
Yeah, he
like to
did
see
do
you in the
that.
ring with one of them doctors, boy. You
BVO,
fine.
but check this out though, BVO. You could be on a football team, bro, and just be like never see no playing time, bro. There's people that won the Super Bowl when Tom Brady won that didn't even get no playing time.
Right.
So we talking about a one-on-one sport, bro, where you gonna get some contact. So the doctors do the same thing, but on a higher level. Oh, Manny Pacquiao, you got an aneurysm? Hey, man, there's millions to be made. Go ahead and get in there, take these punches. So nah, bro, it's not even close.
Yeah.
I mean, I get
I
what you're
don't like
saying.
this fight. This is
Because they
nasty
said
work, man.
Earl could have been blinded if he would have fought that fight with Manny Pacquiao. And that dude was trying to fight. I don't know much about a detached retina, but man, it sounds pretty serious, man. It sounds pretty serious.
I'm about to take us about.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
mean, like
I'm about
for them to
I'm about to put
sanction
my
that
clothes on.
fight is just they need to be
Go ahead, leave
investigated
that
by
one
the
over there.
FBI. Pacquiao hasn't fought in what did you say, free 4 years, Scholar 4 years? That's crazy. He
Yeah,
comes right
he
and
hasn't
jumps the
fought since
whole line, jumps
since
Deron Ennis, Brian
September
Norman.
of 21.
That's nasty. And he gets in there and he gets to fight for the WBC welterweight championship. And you know what? I would love to see him win because I want to know what happened next. I
hey,
really would.
same. Look, Barrios over there cherry picking, bro. I hope Manny Pacquiao beat
I
the
hope he. Yeah, I
beat the
do too.
the candy out of his piata. You know what I mean? I'm trying to not to
But
cut
Scholar,
you.
the only reason I don't knock Barrios because this is going to be probably his biggest payday right here, brother. So that's the I kind of give him a benefit of the doubt, but bruh, man, how old is Pacquiao? 40 what? Ain't he Floyd age?
But
Yeah, 100
He's
years
there's
old.
46. He's
there's
46.
a minimum that as a champion that he could demand, and if you do a unification bout, you gonna get the money gonna be there. So I ain't trying to hear the money stuff, bro. Because
Yeah,
I
no,
think most
He
people don't want to
need
see
money,
Pacquiao in
Scholar.
there anyway. But most of
man.
the people know they ain't heard Manny Pacquiao name in a long time, bro. They ain't trying to hear no Barrios versus Pacquiao. This ain't for the you know what I mean. Everybody ain't nobody
Oh, no,
clamoring for this fight.
Hell
I keep
no.
telling people that joint is not going to do more than somewhere around 300 to 250,000. It's going to be somewhere around
Yeah.
there because it's going to be. Manny still got his fans. He still got his fans
Yep.
that's going to buy it.
Yep.
But
Yeah.
Mario Barrio don't have no fans like that.
Nope. We're all going to watch it because of Manny. We're gonna. I kind of
I
don't
don't
want to
know,
see.
though,
I feel
man.
like Barrios might beat
Barrio
him up,
sucks,
man.
bro. I mean, I don't know what nobody was watching, but
Yeah,
Keith Thurman laced that nigga, bro.
man. Barrios is he's okay. He's a C
Bro,
fighter
he's
to
a
me.
bum, dog. Man, come on, Keith Thurman laced this nigga, man.
But you're talking
Did
about
y'all
Keith
see that?
Thurman though, a former world unified champion, somebody that's
But he was
been in some tough
old.
fights.
He was old
Yeah,
when he
but Keith
did that.
Thurman still hasn't got a lot of mileage on him because he been inactive, so he hasn't been in too many wars. He been hit sometimes, he been in some hard fights like Josecito
Say it like
Lopez, Sean
this:
Porter.
Keith Thurman must be the Kawhi Leonard of boxing because he be looking the same. He be gone for a long time, but he come out looking like superstar Thurman every time. I don't know what he's doing, bro, but I mean he'll be gone 6 months. I mean
6
what?
months,
No, I mean not 6
3
months.
years.
2 years, 3 years,
Yeah,
4 years.
years.
He come out looking the same. Have you ever seen that before, Scholar? Where a dude missed that much time and come back that sharp?
Man.
Keith Thurman wasn't sharp. Keith Thurman was in there with somebody to make him look good.
Yeah. An inexperienced guy too at that. But Keith Thurman did
Even
what he's supposed to do.
Yeah, he was.
what
Now
you
they
think
talking
about
about
how
Keith
that
Thurman and Jamel
made him
Charlo.
look
I would
good.
like to see that fight. Charlo and Thurman at
That's what I'm
54.
saying. No, if Keith Thurman was that sharp, he wouldn't have priced himself out against Tim Tszyu. The first thing he said was, "Hey, Tim Tszyu, just send me the contract. We can get this fight on." All of a sudden, man, they're asking for $10 million with daggone Tim Tszyu.
Well, he saw that Cambosos and Devin Haney money, so he jumped. He went and jumped out the window.
I ain't gonna
Yeah,
lie. One thing about Free,
but
man, if you do something stupid, he gonna bring it up.
In Australia,
the
free.
problem
He's
is
thinking he
the
can get
problem.
10 million Australian million.
No, but the problem is Devin Haney got the small end, Cambosos got the big end. So that means Tim Tszyu would get the small end, and Keith Thurman would get. Tim Tszyu get the big end, Keith Thurman get the small end, not the other way around. They in Australia.
Yeah, true that.
But I want to ask you guys one thing real
man,
quick. What do you guys think about Jamal Charlo? He looked like he's a zombie. Have you guys seen that pictures of him lately?
He didn't look too bad on the bags to me. If you follow him on Instagram,
No, not the bags. I'm talking about he looked like he's
in the
with
interviews.
nobody home.
His
Yeah,
eyes,
bro.
it's in the eyes, BVO. I see it.
Yeah, man. I don't know.
in his
Is
eyes.
he? What's going on with him, Free? Is he on
I don't
drugs or
know,
something?
but it looked like he
He
get
might
hit
get beat
hard.
to
He might
death,
be on
man.
medication though. That's what I heard. That he might be on like,
He look like he on medication, bro.
but that's okay to keep him controlled. So he, you know,
So
Man, he
Charlo
ain't.
might get beat to
That
death,
ain't
man.
that's Jamal Charlo we fell in love with, man.
but he looked pretty
That's
good
not
and like
him.
he was in shape and stuff. He still looked good. He hitting the bags and stuff, so he didn't look too
But
bad.
his face, his
I
eyes,
know
that's
it's
the
his
thing that
eyes
gets
look
me.
bad. His eyes, something is in the
And
eyes is off for
hey,
me.
I'm sorry, Prize. That man might get beat to death, man.
By who?
By Thomas
Cornflakes?
Lamar,
By who?
by
Oh, that guy he
Cornflake.
fight. What's that guy he fighting?
Cornflake?
Yeah,
Nah,
Cornflake gonna get smashed.
man, Charlo gonna smash him.
Cornflake sucks, man.
Yeah, I don't think he
You
sucks,
know,
but
Cornflake is that coat they pull out the closet every few years
what's
to
his
get
name?
beat, throw it back in the doggone
The nigga
What's his
closet.
named
name?
Cornflake.
Hey, y'all
I know,
supposed
but
Hey,
to
his
that's his
say
last
nickname.
name,
man.
real
He
last
said
name.
they was supposed to fight on the Tank Davis undercard. Shit,
Yep.
he been asking for this fight.
I don't know why we waiting on a Charlo and Plant. They should have. I mean, I guess you got to get Charlo feet wet because he's been out a little bit, and then I want to see him get right back in there with Plant because he
I mean,
smacked him in his face.
yeah, they gotta give Charlo. They gotta get Charlo feet wet. He's been out for 2 years or a year and a half or something like that. I think it was 2 years.
Hmm.
And then Caleb Plant haven't been in a fight since he fought Trevor. That was what, the beginning of last year.
Hey, you right. Dang, Free. You right. I
So I
like
mean, I
Free,
want to see.
man.
I want to see
That
them
nigga
two
know what
win
he
they
talking
fight.
about,
I want
man.
to see them. I want to see both them win these fights free.
Or it might have been.
And
The middle or the end of last year, but I know it was last year sometime. He
Boxing
hasn't
got it
fought.
so fucked up. Boxing got it so messed up. When was that slap? Years ago, and now we getting the fight. Like
Who?
nobody want
yeah,
to
with
see that fight
Charlo,
now. Don't nobody want to see that fight now. Ain't got the same esteem
September
as it did.
13th, 2024. D free. September 13th, 2024.
Yeah, I know.
Plant.
Well, it's towards the end of the
He
last
fought
year.
that Trevor McCumbie guy.
Yo,
Yeah, so
when
it's
did
going
Plant
in on
slap
almost a
him?
year.
What year was that? When did Plant slap him, man?
Probably 23.
It's around the same time as that. It was around the same time as that. It was like maybe a month before that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, either way it go, man.
Like a month before that, because that's when everybody was saying that Jamal Charlo should get in there with Caleb Plant since he slapped him, and Caleb Plant ended up fighting Trevor.
July 28th, 2023 is when Plant slapped Jamal Charlo.
Bro,
2023.
bro, that's what I'm
July
saying, bro.
28th.
Let me read you guys some news real quick while we doing this. Shout out
I
to
thought that
Jake
joint was
Paul.
last year.
Shout out to the beloved Jake Paul from Cleveland, Ohio. He said most valuable promotions are refusing to give Clarissa Shields ringside tickets to watch the all-female Netflix card on July 11th, which is headlined by Amanda Serrano, Katie Taylor trilogy. Despite being the biggest name in women's boxing, the pound for pound #1, Clarissa Shields will need to buy the tickets herself to attend the event, which I think is perfectly
I mean,
fair. What do you guys say?
Why would they need to
What?
give her a ticket?
Yeah. She rich
I mean,
anyway.
I
She can go.
I understand some fighters get tickets from promotional companies or whatever, but nigga, there's no need for y'all to get tickets for free. Y'all making enough money. There ain't no need for y'all to get tickets for free.
Right.
Shout out to
Especially
Jake
ringside
Paul.
tickets at
Shout out
that.
to Paul for standing on Sports Talk Network business, man. That's how you do it. Stand on business, man. We ain't trying to hear that, Clarissa. You hated on the brother from Cleveland. Now take your country tail back to Flint.
Clarissa Shields is doing just fine without Jake Paul.
Yeah, she's an idiot not to sign with Jake Paul, man. That's the dumbest thing she ever did.
She's doing
Yeah,
fine
that is.
without him.
It is.
She should have made the deal, but
I think
she's
it
doing
was.
fine
I think
without
that
him.
was a bad. I think it was a bad. She's doing okay, but I think it was a bad business move because she could have been doing a lot better.
Mm-hmm.
Because that could have been her instead of Amanda Serrano. That
Yep.
could have been her.
And on top of that, let me read this to you. Let me read another little piece of news to y'all. So Michael Jordan is officially going to be commentating for NBC Sports. So the GOAT is coming back. He's going to be commentating He said LeBron better retire soon because he isn't going to like what I have to say. Shout out to MJ for still being a petty bastard at 100 years old.
Hey,
I don't
Hey,
think he's
y'all
gonna
believe
show up like
MJ?
that.
I agree
Huh?
with y'all when y'all say she's doing okay, but with her accolades, bro, she supposed to be big as Serena Williams, dog. With the shit she's
Yeah.
done in boxing, she's supposed to be on Serena Williams level, and she's just not for whatever reason.
It's
So
crazy because
I think she's doing herself a disservice, not biting the butt and going with Jake Paul. Because going with Jake Paul is gonna put your name out there. Like, what more can you do to get your name out there? Go with Jake Paul.
yeah, I don't. I mean, she stood on her own personal business. The reason why she didn't do it, well, was it a good
No,
business
she's a
decision? Probably
hater,
no.
man. She's
Well,
a hater,
she
bro.
might have a personal thing. So with herself, you don't
What?
know. You don't
Because
know. We
Jake
don't
Paul
know
from
her.
Cleveland?
I
The
don't
thing
got nothing to
was,
do where he
she
from.
she
We don't know her.
I mean, the thing is, she felt disrespected by Jake Paul asking her to be the co-main on his fight, and so she felt disrespected. She's like, "Hold up, I'm not gonna be your co-main. If anything, you be my co-main. I'm a daggone undisputed champion, whatever." So that's basically how everything started out, because and
Yeah,
so she felt disrespected that he asked her to be a co-main
which she
on his
shouldn't have.
card.
Which she
What's my
shouldn't have.
what's my favorite song, D Free? Bow down.
My whole thing is, I understand if making the card, but if you had another promotional company, if you had another promotional company making the card for you, I if you had another promotion company making a card for you, I don't see what the problem is in being a co-main event. Everybody's still coming to see you. It's just like Amanda Serrano. Everybody's coming to see Amanda Serrano. They're not coming to see Jake Paul. Now, if Jake Paul is fighting somebody like Mike Tyson, yeah, they coming to see Mike Tyson. They ain't coming to see Jake Paul. They want to see if Mike Tyson can knock Jake Paul out.
You don't
Mhm.
think
That's what
Jake
they're
Paul a
coming
big
for.
star? Are you saying that because he's from Cleveland?
I'm not saying that he's not a big star. I'm saying when people come to see the boxing matches, more
Yeah.
more more likely than not, they coming to see the actual boxers. That's the reason why he keeps putting Amanda Serrano on the card with him. That's the reason why he puts these other big name fighters on his card, because he know that people are going to come see them more so than if he was just putting his name on there with a regular person. If it was
Let me
just
let
him
me ask
and a
let me ask you
regular
this though, Free.
fighter, 9 times out of 10, ain't nobody buying into that. They don't care about Jake Paul like that. They care about the person that he's fighting, or they care about the people that's on the card. That's what they care about.
Hey, I give you that, man. But I'll say this, man. Clarissa Shields got what she deserved. Never doubt Ohio. Always show us our full respect, or God to get you. God
I,
loves
I,
Ohio, man. That's
I
what
don't
happened.
think I don't think she's gonna lose any sleep about the fact that she's not getting a comp ticket. I don't think she's gonna lose any sleep of it.
She
I
rich
love to
anyway.
hear Free talk. She ain't gonna
I'm,
lose
I'm
no
just saying.
sleep.
I mean, me personally, I'm not gonna lose any sleep because he's not giving me a comp ticket. And I got money. I would
And
just
she
see
rich
you want
anyway.
if you was gonna give me a
Hey,
ticket. I
I
got
love
money.
this dude Free, man. What he say? I don't think she losing an ounce of sleep.
I mean,
Hey,
I'm
that
gonna
boy
try my
Free
hands. If you
crazy,
going,
man.
I'm gonna try my hands. If you're gonna give me a free ticket, then I'm gonna take it. But if not, I got money to buy my ticket. That's just like the daggone our fantasy joint. If I can get in for free, I'm gonna try my hand. If not, okay, I got money to pay for my entry. I got
Right.
money to pay for my entry. I was just trying to see if y'all gonna let me get in for free.
Yeah.
Okay, shout out to Puerto Rican Free. This dude is crazy. She ain't gonna lose an ounce of sleep.
I ain't losing no sleep over that.
She
No,
rich.
she got money. I mean,
Uh,
even if she ain't got money like that, Pat Pooh's gonna buy her a ticket.
And he
when my
rich.
man, when my man tell that girl in the background, I got money, witch. I got money.
That guy with that little mohawk haircut.
Yeah, with looking like
She was like,
Bert.
he's smoking them cigarettes. Yeah.
The only person I know who smokes cigarettes is my brother Prize, man.
That's crazy.
That's funny, man. That boy Free crazy. She ain't losing an ounce of sleep. Well, you know, we had to come by and have some fun. Wasn't no fights really going on, man. But
Now they
it's
had
your
a
boy BBO.
whack car on the zone earlier, but it was whack.
Yeah, that was cool. Who was them dudes?
The Fisher guy, yeah, one guy got knocked out. I was like, these guys are so limited with their skills. What are they showing?
I didn't even
Hey,
watch. I
Boston
didn't
is in
even
the
watch
toilet.
no.
I just happened to be flipping through TV free. I didn't even know they was on.
No, I was literally putting up my new computer system. I went out and bought me a new monitor, a 34-inch. I mean, a 46-inch curve, and some new monitors to set up my computer system so I can do these lives for football when the football season start up. So I got monitors everywhere so I can watch all these games. That's all I was worried about. I wasn't tripping off of nothing this weekend. I knew wasn't nothing going on. I was like, let me get ready
Hey,
for next
that's
week.
got to be one
That's
of the
what I do.
funniest things you said, man. That brother said shit. He was in the house asleep. No,
Yeah, you know.
he
They
did
told
it.
us, oh, we're not giving you no free tickets. You were like, so? Okay. You're not giving me no
Did
free
she
tickets?
even?
Uh,
Did she even ask for the things?
she probably
I don't know.
asked. She probably asked.
She probably did. Like I said, if it was me, I'm gonna try my hand too. Hey, can I get a comp ticket? No, we're not getting you no comp ticket. You ain't trying to sign with us. I don't care. I was just asking.
Yeah, this
I buy it.
Fisher Allen
But
too. That's what it
can we
was.
at least agree on this, man? I think Gabby Fendor and Alicia Bungon are better fighters than her, man. That's just my opinion. I
I
think
think you're absolutely drunk right now, and you might need to lay it down.
hey,
Is
hey,
Emiliano fighting tonight? Who's this Vargas fighting? What's this I'm watching on the zone? It
I know
says
that's
Vargas.
the 54 one.
That's the
It's
54 Vargas. That's the 54. That's the older brother.
Vargas
Yeah,
Jr.
that's the
Yeah,
versus.
that's the
54
junior.
Fernando
Okay.
Jr. Yeah, he
Matter
Hey,
of see him fight.
he
I
the
never
dumbest
seen
shots
him
I ever
fight.
seen. Because all he do is just get beat to death and win.
I never saw Junior fight. I never saw Junior fight. I gotta
He's
watch
fighting
that
tonight. He's headlining
He's
tonight on the
like
zone free.
on the zone.
Yeah, he's
with
headlining on the zone.
Vargas, they get hit a lot. Like my man
Hold
Trump
on.
say,
Why is
oh,
he on the
he
zone?
get hit a lot,
I
bro.
thought he was with Top Rank. Why is he on the zone?
I mean, that's what it says. I guess Marv Nation. I don't know what that is. That's what I'm seeing on a.
I thought he was with Top Rank. I mean, I could
Oh,
be wrong.
you're on the top, but Emiliano though, Free.
I could be wrong.
I think only Emiliano top.
This doesn't. I don't know what
Yeah,
this kind of production is right here. Free. It's on the zone, but I mean, I don't know.
Now I heard of that promotional company.
the zone is on fire, man.
Mob something. I
Yeah,
heard of them
Marv
before.
Nation or something. Marv
I
Nation.
think, yeah, I think
Yeah.
if I'm not mistaken, they put on another card that we called. I forgot what fight it was. They put on another card that we called. I can't remember who it was, but it was a known fighter, and we called the card.
Oh, you talking about that Pro Box card we called?
No, not the Pro
Not the
Box.
one.
Pro Box that was put on by Lamont Roach.
Oh, okay. That's what I thought you were talking about the Lamont Roach stuff. Hey,
you
before we get out of here, man.
You talking about last week with
no, a couple weeks back. No, I'm talking about a couple weeks back.
Oh yeah, no, that was Lamont Roach. They put that.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because that was really decent.
Yeah, that was a decent ass card. I ain't even gonna lie. Like I said, I didn't know that Lamont Roach had his own promotional company.
I didn't either until I saw that.
And I put it like this though, he better stop drinking all that beer, man.
Hey, you go ahead. They already made the announcement. It's August 16th. You better get yourself together. You better not be like no
why he was drinking beer?
I mean, Andy Louise and
we didn't see him drinking beer
and all them niggas that you
at
didn't even get
game.
a victory. You got a draw. You didn't even get a victory. At least they got a victory.
Yo, why y'all saying he drink beer? He was drinking beer on TV?
Yeah, he put his hand behind his head like a broad and was drinking beer.
Yeah, he was at the Caps game.
The hockey game?
The Caps game in the front row.
Yeah.
Cheering with the fans, drinking beer and everything. I mean, I ain't saying he was drunk, but he was out there celebrating and drinking beer. I ain't saying he was drunk. I'm just thinking you're supposed to be in camp you got a fight coming up. I mean, you ain't
I don't
supposed to
think he was
be.
sober though, Free.
I mean, I don't know. I just saw a picture of him. I didn't see
Oh,
the
okay.
actual video. I just saw a picture.
Well, they kind of had him
Uh,
just chug it. That's all. He just chugged one beer. That's
I
all.
ain't know that, but he don't need to be doing that fighting Javante.
Yeah, 'cause
Hey,
Tank
but
working out. Tank getting
I,
himself together. Tank
I'll
said,
say
"I gotta
this
go
though,
back. I gotta
man.
go back to the basics. I was out here sleeping. Now I gotta go back to the basics." So I don't know.
I'm,
I mean,
I'll say
I
this
think
though,
I think it's
man.
gonna still
We
be.
hanging,
I
we
think it's
hanging
gonna still
Tank
be a
fans
good
over the
fight.
balcony.
Yeah.
You
Tank
think
Tank
so?
got something.
I
Tank
think
got
Tank
something to
gonna
prove.
dominate him.
Yeah, Tank got something to prove this time. Last time he
Yeah.
ain't had
I heard
nothing to
that Tank
prove.
told Turkey
Everybody
he
was
want. Did y'all hear that Tank told Turkey he want $250 million?
his what?
To do what?
Tank to fight for him.
That's crazy.
Is it? I think Tank is worth
Yeah.
that.
You
To
said
fight
Tank
who?
did what?
To fight who?
He asked for two. He asked for $250 million to fight Shakur.
No, he said if Turkey's gonna put on
That's
the
what the
fight, he won $150 million. He said if you want me to go
yeah.
over there and fight under
Oh,
Turkey, I
150.
need
Okay, my bad.
$150 million. He
He
did
Okay,
ain't
he
okay,
getting
did a
I
that.
had it.
he did a
I
Canelo.
thought it was
He did a Canelo. He said if you want me to fight under Turkey, you want me to come over to Saudi Arabia and fight under Turkey, I need $150 million.
He ain't getting that from them.
Y'all realize
Nah,
he was
they.
born at 6 in the morning? I told y'all he was gonna fight early like that. That fought at 6 in the
I
morning.
mean, if
That's
Turkey
crazy.
wants to fight bad enough, he gonna do like
Rock,
he
did you
did
fight
Canelo.
6
He
in the
gave
morning?
Canelo $100 million.
I
Ain't
think my
gonna happen.
eyebrow fell off. But
He gave Canelo
that's
$100 million
fine,
per
bro.
fight.
Oh, I
It's
was gonna say
a
before
full
we get
fight
out of here,
deal.
I've seen one XL bullies. That's a big dog. You got an XL one?
You breaking up.
Oh, your mic
I
going
don't
in
know
and
if Free
out.
on here either.
Say that again.
Oh, my mic is
We
going
on
in and
here.
out.
That's you. Yeah, we on here.
No, what I
What
was
you say,
saying was,
BBO?
I see one of them XL bullies. That's a big dog, man. I thought bullies were small.
Nah, they kind of wide.
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, I
Yeah, they
heard you.
kind of wide.
No,
They
I'm
kind
just
of
saying.
wide.
Yeah, the one I seen was pretty big. Though. I was like, dang, that's a big dog, man. Is that like
Yeah,
a
they
No,
mixed
big.
bullies,
breed or
bullies,
something?
bullies. Yeah, no, bullies. They are. All of
Is a
them are
bully
mixed
is a
breed.
bully like a mix or something?
Yeah, they all mixed. They all of them are mixed. That's what made it a bully,
I don't know the
because
rough game.
they mixed it with some of them
It's
are
getting late
mixed with.
anyway. I'm about to go
Yeah,
watch some TV.
some
This
of
your
them
boy BBO Boxing.
this
But
nigga BBO tripping.
His
what
mic
I
tripping.
say?
No,
No,
your
you
joint
don't.
going in and out. We talking.
Yeah,
You
you
think
in
we
the
ain't saying
show.
that? We heard you. I said they are mixed breeds. That's what makes them a bully. Some of them are mixed with American bulldog. I mean, yeah, American bulldogs and pit bulls. Some of them are mixed with King Corsos and bull mastiffs and a bully. I mean, English bulldog. They mix with different breeds, but they all have that bully breed in them. They have either American bulldog or the English bulldog. They all have that bull breed in them. It's going to be a pit bull somewhere down the line, and it's going to be an English or American bulldog somewhere down the line. That's what makes them a bully. But some of them are small because they're breeded with smaller version of the
Oh,
American
okay.
bully or pit bull, and some of them are breeded with bigger dogs. That's what makes them the XL. So
Mhm.
when you
Oh,
see an
okay.
XL, they breed it with they're breed with like King Corsos or a bull massive. They breed
Ooh.
it with those types of dogs that makes them bigger. But when you see the pocket and the micro, those are
Uh-huh.
breeded with English bulldogs, a pit bull, and things like that. It makes them much
Yeah.
smaller.
You know what's funny? I used to have a homeboy, man, who used to have dogs, and you guys will laugh when I say this, but he only bought female dogs. He never bought like male dogs. He
Those
would
are the
just
best
like
ones to
buy
buy.
a stud. Say it again.
Those are the best dogs to buy. If you plan on starting a kettle, you want to
Yeah.
get a female. The female is what makes your kettle strong or weak, because there's a lot of studs out there. you can always find a stud. But to find the perfect female is hard. So when you
Yeah.
find a perfect female, that's what you want to start your kettle off with. That's why if you ever see anybody that start a kettle, most likely they start with a female. They get a female first, and then they'll find a stud to breed them with, and then they'll get their own stud, and then they'll start making their dogs from that. But 9 times out of 10 they start with a female because it's hard to find a good female or a perfect female. And when you find one, that's where you want to start your breed from. You don't want to start it from an average dog or a below average dog. You want to start it from a good bloodline. And when you get one, you start from there.
Yeah, the only thing about them girl dogs, they very moody. I don't know if you guys experienced that, but they moody, man.
Well,
they moody like women.
It depends on what breed you get, because like American Bulldog, the American Bulldog, the American Bully, they're not aggressive dogs. Now you can train them to be aggressive, but they're naturally not an aggressive dog. Like y'all see me, I be in the house on the live stream, y'all don't ever hear my dog bark. The only time you'll hear my dog bark is if somebody's messing with one of my grandkids. That's when you'll hear her bark, because she don't let nobody mess with the grandkids. Even me, if I go yank one of my grandkids up, she'll bark at me, and I'm like, you better shut the fuck up. What the hell you barking at? But I don't get mad at her, because that's what she's supposed to do. She's supposed to protect the family. It's like if somebody come grab me, she's gonna bark at them, but she's supposed to protect the family. So
you
I
keep
don't
her caged, or you let her walk, or you let her roam?
No, she's trained to the cage. So even if I leave my cage door open, she'll come out for like 2 or 3 minutes, and then she'll walk right back in the cage and just sit there with the cage wide open. She won't ever come out the cage. She's trained to the cage. So I train her from a puppy to be in the cage.
Funny, man. My dog Polo.
Now she'll come out if it's a reason for her to come out. She'll come out. Like if I got the cage open and I grab my grandson or my granddaughter up, she'll run out the cage and come after me.
Yeah.
But she's just gonna sit in that cage all day long.
That's funny, man. My little dog,
like hot rod dogs is trained to roam around the house. Like he said, he sleep with his dogs. So he said he trained. He trained his dogs differently than I did.
Them bullies, man, they like $5,000, bro.
that's the
like,
average.
I see the dude.
The average is $5,000.
Yeah, I see the dude pay $5,000 for an XL bully. I was like, $5,000? Dang.
So
Man, they be going for more than that. Some of them joints be $10,000.
I got a dude right now.
Prize. I thought 800 for my dog was too much.
Dog, I got a dude right now that I'm about to make my dog with, because I said I'm gonna make her on her second heat, and I got a dude right now. He got a nice ass multicolor American Bully. Is a pocket as well, and he showed me the papers. He paid $10,500 for his American Bully. $10,500. I paid a G for mine, because the people that sold me didn't know that it was American Bully. They thought it was a pit bull. They didn't know it was American Bully. And so I jumped at it when they said $1,000. Because at first I said I wanted a pit bull. So they were like, I got a pit bull for $1,000. I said, I got to see it first. I said, if I'm going to pay $1,000, I got to see what the dog look like. I got to see the parents and all that. He showed it to me. He showed me the parents. I was like, yeah, I got you. I got the $1,000 right here. That's $1,000 for that. I said, dog, my wife was like, you going to pay $1,000? You normally only pay like $400 or $500 for it. I was like, nah, I'll tell you when we get in the car. She's like, why you pay $1,000 for that pit bull? I said, because it's not a pit bull. She's like, what you mean? I said, it's an American Bully. And she was like, it looked like a pit bull. I showed her the difference between a pit bull and American Bully. And I showed her the price difference between a pit bull and an American Bully. She was like, they go for that much? I was like, yeah, that's why I jumped at $1,000. Because them joints, you can't.
You're gonna make some cheese. You're gonna make some cheese with them bullies. You're gonna make some cheese with them.
Most time you can't find American Bully for $1,000. If you find one for $1,000, it's for one or two reasons. Either they don't know that they have American Bully, or even if they do know, they don't know what they're going rate for, or they don't have papers on it. And the second reason is because it probably has some type of medical issues. That's why they're selling it for
Yeah.
1,000. Those are the only two reasons why they sell it for
Have
1,000.
you made it? Have you had a letter with her yet?
No. This she's about to go into her second heat. She just turned one April 16th. So she just turned
Oh,
one.
okay.
So
So she a
she had
baby.
her
Okay.
first heat. She was like 10 months. She had her first heat. So she's about to go into her second heat, probably somewhere around August, September. She's going to go into her second heat. And so I'm trying to meet up with the dude, and we make a good time for it, because when you want to have the biggest litter, you want to wait somewhere. Once you see that first spot of blood, you want to wait between 10 to 12 days before you mate her, because now
Yeah.
she's already went through the early stages of her in heat, and now she's
Yeah.
at her highest of being fertile. So when she's at her
Yeah.
highest of being fertile, that's when you have big litters. That's when you see 9, 10 dogs come out. But when you
Are y'all
mate
gonna
her,
split the dogs? How does that work? Y'all gonna split the dogs? Or you
well,
just
what
paying
what
him
I'm
the
gonna do,
stud?
what I told him was, I give him 150 to make my dog with his, and I give a puppy out of his choice, whichever one he could pick, whatever one he want, and that would be the payment, 150 plus one of the puppies. So he
Oh,
was
that's a
like,
good deal.
cool.
I'm picking the biggest mofo that y'all got.
Yeah, I mean, because the dog, all of them come out, they're going to be on point. Like this dog, when I say I understand why he paid 10.5 for it, dog, the head on this dog, this dog has a huge blockhead. Like this is the perfect type of American bully. Like when people say that looks like an American bully, that's the type
Yeah.
of dog he got. Like my dog, she doesn't have the biggest head, but this
Yeah.
dog is like 2.5 times 2.5 times the size of my dog's head. Like his dog is a pocket, but it's like one of those smaller pockets. Like it's almost at the verge of being a micro, but it's not a micro. His dog weighs about 60 pounds, and his dog is smaller than my dog. It's smaller as far as height wise. My dog is like 13 inches. His dog is like probably like 10 inches. So it's
Yeah.
the height wise, he's smaller, but the head on the joint, I was like, God damn, that dog got a big ass head. Like that joint is huge. I was like, damn. I was like, no, how much you pay for it? He showed me the papers. He was like, I paid 10.5 for this joint. I said, no, I understand why. And it's a tricolor. It's a tricolor. And
Oh, real
those,
pretty. Yeah.
yeah, it's a tricolor. It's like a chocolate brown, a white, and a blue. Chocolate brown and
I
blue.
love those
But the
pit bulls
body,
with blue eyes, man. That's my
yeah.
favorite dog.
Well, a
I
lot
don't.
of those pit
I haven't
bulls,
seen one in a while though.
a lot of them, they come out with blue eyes, but eventually they turn to a different color. Some of them stay blue, but very seldom do those dogs' eyes stay blue. Like my dog that I got now, her eyes was blue when I first got her, but
Yeah.
as she got older, her eyes changed to
So are they sweet like
a brown.
terriers?
Huh?
So are the bullies sweet like terriers? Like the
Are
terrier
they?
breed? Are they real sweet?
Yeah. No. They are family dogs. That's what they are.
Oh,
They
okay,
are
okay.
family dogs. Yeah,
Because people don't be knowing that pit bulls, them are some of the best family dogs you can have. People make them
no.
vicious. They're not
Yeah,
vicious.
yeah. Pit bulls. Now, what I will say is pit bulls have the tendency of being vicious automatically, but when you make them vicious, they're even more vicious because they already
Yeah.
have that in them. Like American Bully don't have that in them. You have to make them that way. They have that in them. They're natural. Like you can pretty much walk up to any American Bulldog and they won't do anything to you. They'll let you pet them or whatever. It's only the ones
Yeah.
that make their dogs that way where you can't walk up to it. But an American Bully, majority of the American Bullies that you see, you can walk right up to them.
Yeah. Because one thing I will tell you that my dad used to do all the time when he messed with them dogs like that, he would make sure they didn't have food aggression, which is
Now,
huge in pit
like
bulls.
some dudes want American Bully with blue eyes. What I would tell you, you're not going to find very many of them. There are some, but the ones that you do find with the blue eyes, they don't identify them as American Bullies. They won't be identified as American Bullies.
So you feed
Now,
kibble or you feed fresh food?
I feed a raw.
Oh, okay.
Raw. Like
But
what I
we're
do
gonna get
is
to here real
I go.
quick so we don't go over the line so we can clip this up and make some clips. I think we might be back tomorrow. I don't know. But we're gonna talk tomorrow. Look like Shador Sanders might be the Browns starting quarterback. So we're gonna have something to talk about. But it's your boy BVO Boxing. It's my brother D Free. Shout out to my man Prize, what's left of him. And we going, y'all. Peace. Oh, I thought you had fell asleep.
Nah, I was letting y'all cook. I don't know about that stuff, so I was letting y'all cook. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, man. When you grow up in the hood, that's all them niggas do is talk about
Yeah,
breeding
I
dogs.
love pit bulls. I had one when I was a young boy. You know, they're pretty good dogs. If you make them mean, they'll be mean. But other than that, they think they're lap dogs, like the pit bulls. So they think they're lap dogs. So, you know. But shout
They
out to
sweet,
everybody in the
man. They
chat.
sweet, man. I ain't
They are.
gonna lie. I hate how people treat these animals because those dogs are sweet, man. They
They
ain't trying to
really
hurt
are.
nobody.
They really don't.
On
And
that
they
note, we
good when they
going,
good
y'all.
with
Peace.
kids. Peace.
Peace.